the 13th song time. My pocket will take it to the other side. Otherwise, well, that's it. To the old Jack zone. Puck bounces all the way towards Edmonton's backhand net. Matters. They'll make the stop here with the face off far side in the Leafs zone. Leafs come away with the puck. Here's Shoemaker, flips it around the outside looking for Canal. Canal's coming into the zone. His shot blocked by number 16, Parks. Oh, right in front, another shot. That save there made by Higgins. No, it's Thiel. Oh, Brian Thiel in net. We have history with him. Good history. Played on the same team during spring. Joe couldn't quite keep it in the line. Spills to the far side where Johnson picks that up for the Roughnecks. He's pushed off the puck. Loading up below the net. His Weiss with speed comes through the neutral zone. Fights through a check from Fox. Puts that right behind Canal. Canal flips that over looking for Black. That is swiped out and it's going to end up down the ice up the near side. Picked up by number 8 Fox. Nope. Over Eam. That jammed right through the low slot there. It's up on the far boards. Puck put down low. Weiss with it. Puts it up the near side. That's held in at the point. Anders directs that into the near corner. Aljack's going to come away with it. Here's number 14, Patton. Takes that in the corner. Flipped in front. Here's the chance for number 8. That is off the outside of the post. Anders got his shoulder on that as well. Put up high. Black read that. Chips that down the ice. He's going to go and try and chase it up. First back, number 5, maybe 6, the mid-tour. Puts that up the near side. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Aljack puts that deep into the Leafs zone. Roland goes to the far side. Tries to jam it at the far side, but that is kept in by Gallup. Leafs have it. Saf trying to move that up the ice. He is bumped off the puck. Leafs start in their own zone. Put around the near boards. That's out to center. Roughnecks throw that out to center. Smith puts that deep into the Leduc zone. Roberts gets it back for the Leafs behind the net. Trying to shake off a check. In comes Shields to Kelt. Puts that down low. Over for Asaf. Asaf up to the line for Smith. Smith right side for Resler. Resler rips the shot. Blocker save from Thiel. And it bounces back to him. Thiel covers that one up with 16:43 left in the first period. Face off near side in the Leduc zone. They win it, bring it out. Sorry. Got stuck on the goalie there. Aljack comes in offside. We get a whistle with 16:32 left in the first period. Face off will be near side of the ice, just outside of the Leaf zone. Draw one by Leduc. They put the puck into the Leaf zone. Resler gets it over to Smith. Smith puts it behind the net. Resler sweeps that into the corner. Jammed out to the neutral zone. Aljack throws that into the far side. Delayed offside, so Smith has a few extra seconds to move the puck. Moves it up the boards. And to the Aljack zone. Number 3 turns that up the ice. Puck put into the Leaf zone, thrown out in front. That's cleared away. Good poke by Anders. Shields picks up the puck. No, sorry, Resler picks up the puck, flips it into the slot, looking for Canal. That was intercepted by the Roughnecks. Shoemaker gets that at center. He dumps that into the LJack zone. There to it first, put her on the far side. 13 has to double clutch. Puck comes all the way down the ice. Icing called here with 15:30 left in the first period. See if we can get this. Oh, that doesn't want to work. One more second. There we go. It'll work next time. I promise. Face off one by LJack. They move it down the ice, dump it in the near side, rolls to the far corner. Picked up by Hart. Weiss loosens it up, gets the far side for Canal. Canal stretches that down, looking for Fayad. LJack gets back in their own zone. Wheeling out the zone, number 12, Taylor, takes that up the right side into the Leaf zone. Hard stop, looking for a trailer. 14's a trailer, Patton, low shot, Anders got a piece of that. Has to come over quick as 15 tried to put the backhand on that. It's moved over to the near boards. Leafs get that out to the neutral zone. Turned over at center. Fox comes in on his backhand, tried to go strong side. Anders pokes that away, loose puck goes below the goal line over to the near side. Leafs get it back. Bent. Fights for it, gets it to the line. There's a shot from the point. And Anders can make the save here with 14:25 left in the first period. No score on the board. Oh, that's the wrong display. Let's try that one. There we go. Leafs can outwin the face off their own zone. Here's Fox picking up the puck for LJack. Throws that up the near side for Rob. It skips past him. Back into the Leduc zone. Rob cycles to the far side. Ferris cuts him off. Centering pass. Up to Fox. Fox is back the other way. Here he comes Fox. There's a shot off Anders' shoulder. Deflected over to the near boards. Thrown out in front. Holowadiak knocks that down. LJack takes that into the near boards, throws it towards Anders. That's a quick save there. LJack content to turn and fire. Quick at getting the shots off. There's one. Tried to feed into the slot. That was knocked away by Roland. Another attempt. Picked up by Patton. Goes over to the near side. Black knocks that down. Gets it to the blue line, but not out. Put to the near boards. That's going to cycle down into the near corner. Picked up by Overeem. Throws that right up the middle. Gollop was trying to sneak in, having just changed from the bench. LJack starting in their own zone. Jammed out to the neutral zone. Asaf knocks that down. LJack's number 23 takes that up the right side and into the Leaf zone. Low shot. Anders with the save. Puts that off the glass. Taylor keeps that in for LJack. Smith picks it up. Slides behind the net for Resler. Resler has to hustle up. Send it back to Smith. Smith looking for Shields. Shields was checked. Icing waved off. Thiel sets it up for his defense, number 12, Taylor. Sends that into the near corner. Leafs keeping the forward check, pressure on. Puck sent to the far side. Now LJack will center that to a double. Nibble. Over to Hayes. Hayes tries to drive that up the boards. That's stopped. Puck sent down low. Hayes takes on Smith. Smith able to move the puck over to Resler. Resler has it taken away from him, thrown into the slot, and Anders is going to cover that one up. Getting the stop here with 12:01 left in the first period. Another look at the replay there. Now we'll jump to action. Face off far side in the Leaf zone. Puck swept over to the near corner. Black picks that up. Puts it around the boards hard. Picked up by number 3 on the far side. Thrown to the open ice. That comes up the near boards. Gaudreau picks it up. Gets it to Black. Black completes the pass and out to Baldwin into the neutral zone. Eljack gets it back. Slaps it back in. Here's Ibble on the far side. Tried to move it back to the point. That's cut off by Jafaris. Baldwin springs loose, but that's caught at center. Eljack puts the puck in the near side. Breaking out. Here come the Leafs. Baldwin. There's a low shot into traffic. Knocked down by number 16 Parks. Picked up behind the net by Hayes. He's caught on the far side by Black. Black keeps the zone. Handed off, or sorry, he's bumped off the puck and Hayes picks it back up. Parks with it behind the net, over the far side for Nagy. Comes out to the neutral zone. Harp tried to make the inside move. That puck taken away by Rowan. Looks like a penalty here at center, as Gaudreau was caught by Torkelson. Yep, Torkelson, number 2 for Leduc, into the box. 2 minutes. 2 minutes if it's tripping, 4 minutes if it's knee. I guess it's just a trippy call here. Oh, no. It's a 4-minute double minor issued to number 2 of Eljack. Leafs on the extended power play here. They win the face-off initially. Eljack gets it off the boards, though, and sends the puck down the ice. Anderst sets that up for Canal. Canal wheels over to the near side. Up to Shoemaker. Shoemaker stopped at the line. Sent to the far side. Here's Weiss walking it in. Now they're going to call the offside. Felt a little delayed. Don't know if I can get another look at that. That was a little fast. Oops. Nope, not going to get it. Sorry, folks. We'll just jump to the real stuff here. Eljack wins the face-off. Send the puck down the ice. Here's Canal picking it up in the Leafs zone. Canal up the near boards. Shoemaker goes back to the far side to Shields. Shields walks it into the zone. Shields takes it down low. He's rubbed off the puck. Leafs cycle it back to the far side. Still on the power play. Flipped up high to Canal. Canal over to Ben on the right side. Roberts sends it back to Bent. Bent trying to work out of the corner. Comes over to Canal. Canal, low shot onto Thiel. He makes the pad save. Comes back to Canal. Canal walking it down. Low shot. Looking 5-hole. That's steered aside by Thiel of the Roughnecks and sent down the ice. Anders looked to set it up for Weiss. Weiss on the far side. Spins beyond his own net. Over to Roberts. Roberts up to Baldwin. Baldwin hangs onto it. Nice and patient. Now he comes up. Crossing center. Takes the left side into the zone. Baldwin with it. Black in front. Thiel stops that. Black was sitting right on that back doorstep. Roland picks that up at the line, but it bounces out. 1:55 left in the Leafs power play as Roland circles behind in his own zone. Right side for Black. Black comes in now. Shot from Roland right on to Thiel. Thiel hangs on to that one with 8:30 left in the first period. .141 left in the Leafs power play. Eljack wins the draw, sends the puck down the ice. Anders puts it over the near side. Still battling for it. Now it's sent back into the Leaf zone. Saf with it. Trying to come up the near side. That's stolen by number 23. 23 heading towards the net. Low and Anders follow it up, and it's a short-handed goal. Leafs lose the puck in the neutral zone. Jack takes it away at the blue line, comes up the left side, heads towards the net. Anders able to make the first save, but couldn't. Nobody picked up the trailer, and Goodman puts it into the back of the net. Short-handed goal for Jack with 7:56 left in the first period. Leafs still with 1:08 left in their power play. Jack wins the draw. They send the puck into the Leaf zone. Rice puts that in front. Stolen by number 17, backhand shot by Hayes. Rice with the puck. Goes to the far side to Shields. Shields trying to walk it in. Weiss holds the line. Here's Shields. Hangs on to it. Over to Weiss. Weiss comes up high. Goes to the right side to Canal. Canal slides that down low, I think for Ben. Comes back to Canal. Canal with a chance, and he puts that over the bar. Thrown back against. Comes over to Bent. Bent to Shoemaker. Over to Bent again. Bent to Canal. Canal's shot off the mark. Shields picks it up on the far side. 7 seconds to go in the power play. Shields puts the near side to Canal. Canal is going to walk that down the boards. Gets it to Bent. Put out in front for Shoemaker on the back door. Shields. And Jack is going to put that down the ice. End up taking in an icing call as their man had just gotten back on. Whistle goes with 6:39 left in the first period. Let's see if we can get a replay here. Looks like it's going to be too slow for us tonight. Face off far side in the Jack zone. Jack eventually wins it. Bit of a battle to get it, but they move it up the near side. Puck comes out to center. Harp tried to make that pass to Johnson. That was broken up by Smith. Puck sent down low in the Leaf zone. Smith picks it up. Outlet to Jafaris. Centering pass. That's broken up by Jack. Black, though, able to find it. Chips that out to the neutral zone. Parks picks it up. Sends it off the far boards to 15. That's picked up by number 2, Torkelson. Fresh from the box. Turned over. Baldwin brings the puck into the Roughnecks zone. Upended. Roughnecks come back the other way with it. Johnson takes the puck off the far boards after Smith had poked it off his stick. Moved around to the near side. That's going to roll into the Jack zone. And an icing call made here with 5:42 left in the first period. Face off will be near side in the Leaf zone. Leafs grab the puck behind their own net. Here's Holowadiak. Up to Shields, it chips that into the neutral zone. Leafs still keep going with it. Asaf tried to spin. Puck taken away by Leduc. Jack picks up the puck in their own zone. Now up the ice. Picked up by Patton, who flips that into the Leaf zone. Goes to chase it. Handed off. It comes into the slot. Gallup takes a shot, but that is directed wide. Looks like the net is off here. So the ref blows the play down with 5:06 left in the first period. We'll reset far side in the Leaf zone. Leduc with the win. Blocker saved by Anders. He's going to knock that down and cover it up. 5:04 left in the first period. It's 1-0 Jack. We'll have the draw far side in the Leaf zone. Leafs Win it. They put it hard around the boards. That's picked up at the near point by Rob. Shovel down into the near corner. Goodman puts that in front. That skips past to the right point. Held in by Sneo. Puts it in, or the puck goes into the far corner. Battling away from it is Goodman. Comes over to the near side. Put back to the point to Rob. Rob takes a shot. That hit Halawadiuk in front. Goodman picks up the loose puck. Puts it back to the point for Rob. Rob puts it right back down for Goodman. Leaves that. Here's Rob. There's a good save by Anders. Rebound comes over to the near side. Leduc doing a good job keeping it in the Leafs zone. This one flipped towards the net. Roland picks it up, throws it off the back skate of Baldwin. Baldwin turns around in the corner and picks it up. He cycles over the near side, tries to make the inside move. Black sweeps or turns and fires it right on over him. Eljak keeps the zone. Halawadiuk knocks his man off the puck. Baldwin tries to flip that out. That's held in at the line. Puck on the near boards. Centering pass. Broken up by Black. Goes to the far side. Patton tried to put that back to the point. There's a shot. Hit traffic. It's going to bounce over to the near side. Going up high for Fox. Fox sweeps that over. Patton picks it up. Back to the point for Parks. Parks. That hit Fox in front. Black's going to take that. Throw that down the ice. And icing called here with 3:12 left in the first period. Face-off will be far side in the Leafs zone. Eljak wins it. Keep it in the Leafs zone. Here they go on the far side. Weiss pokes it, but not free. Comes out to the neutral zone as it bounces off a Leafs player. Over on the near side. Puck picked up by Rob. Starts behind his own net. Centering pass to Nagy. Nagy knocked down by his own player. Leafs with the puck at the point. Weiss, near side for Gaudreau. Gaudreau fires that on. That hits somebody in front. Goes to the far side. By Ed, keeps it against the boards. Shoemaker with it. Tried to flip that out in front. Eljak knocks that down. They get out to the neutral zone with it. Keep marching up the near side. Walking it in. Hayes. He's rubbed off the puck. Comes up the boards. Here's Fayad coming up. Sends it to the far side for Canal. Canal stops, turns, fires off the glove of Thiel. Stays in play. Rolls up to the near point. Kept in by Gaudreau. Throws that down the boards. Leafs have that on the near boards. Thrown up high for Weiss. Weiss tips that into the corner. Goes to chase it. Hard stop. Thrown out in front. And Thiel will make the save as the puck pops up on him. But he makes the save with 1:59 left in the first period. It is. Now it's super quick on the replays. See if I can just back that off just a touch. Puck kept in on the near side by the Leafs. Put down low. Over on the near side. Leafs still have it. Shields. Flips it across over to Smith. Smith walking that down. There's a shot on. And Thiel able to find that through traffic. Looks like it hit maybe a Saf in front. Whistle goes. 1:30 left in the first period. Draw will be far side in the Eljak zone. Leafs win it. Saf backhand shot on to net. Thiel makes the save. Puck comes back to the point. Bounces out. And the whistle will go here with 1:22 left in the first period. Jack wins the draw. Shoemaker steals it back though. Here's Black with a shot right on to Thiel. Thiel takes that into the crest and hangs on with 1:16 left in the first period. Draw, far side in the Jack zone. Jack wins it. Move it down the ice. Able to hold Goodman up, so he has to reset as Galop had ventured offside. Put up the far boards. 23 brings that in. Low on Anders. Anders takes that into the pads and hangs on with 57 seconds left in the period. Face-off, far side in the Leaf zone. Leafs win it. Smith behind the net for Resler. Resler centering pass, looking for Bent. That's going to be picked up by Smith. Smith outlets it to Shields on the far boards. Shields takes that into the zone. Flips that down low. Roberts picks it up behind the net. Jack able to move it to that far corner. They have a chance to break out. That is chipped down the ice. Icing waved off as it hit a Leafs player. Less than 30 to go in the period. Resler over to Smith. Smith right across the ice for Roberts. Roberts makes the inside move. Gets into the Leduc zone. He takes that into the near boards. Absorbs the collision. Puck goes loose behind the Jack net. Picked up by number 3. He's dumped. Short side. Oh, and Shields almost had it. Chance in front for Holowadiuk. Couldn't get the shot off. Oh, what a chance there. Buzzer goes on the period. And the period will end with Jack in front 1-0 after that shorthanded goal. Internet issue. Well, we will... Oh, what's the shots on? It's 12-16 in favor of Leduc. Shots on goal. So, pretty even. Not too bad at all. We will take a break here. Let our sponsors have a word.
1-0.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, period 0. That's kind of weird. I didn't even notice that. Well, welcome back to the Meadows Recreation Center here in Edmonton, Alberta. We just dropped the puck on the second period game, regular season game between MLAC wearing the dark jerseys and LJack wearing the lights. Puck in the Leduc zone right now. Canal steals it, sends it into the near corner. Leduc gonna recover, put it back to the point. Smith keeps that in, sends it down low, looking for Canal to skid onto. Rob there first, put it to the far side, held in at the point by Wrestler. Puck sent down low. Thiel sets it up for Rob. Rob over to the near side. LJack gonna break out of their zone with that. Fox sends that to the near board. Smith engages with the player on the boards. Thrown out high. Wrestler breaks it up, but Rob gets a piece of it, puts it deep and below the goal line in the Leafs zone. Wrestler clears that to the far side. Smith ends up with the loose puck. He's going to put that hard off the board, send it down for an icing call with 18:58 left in the second period. The draw will be near side in the Leafs zone. Far side in the Leafs zone. Leduc wins the draw. They put it into the corner. Holowadiak intercepts that, moves it around the outside boards. Ooh, arm of the ref is up. Who is heading into the box? Head contact penalty being issued to number 12. Taylor of LJack. So Leduc's going to have to kill one off early in the second period here. Puts the Leafs on the power play. And we'll have the draw near side in the LJack zone. Puck's dropped in the zone. LJack wins it. They send the puck down the ice, clearing the zone. Leafs put it at the far side. Here's Ben. Centers that. That's broken up by the Roughnecks. Sends the puck down the ice. Weiss picks it up for the Leafs. Ooh. Puck taken away by number 13. Nagy sent into the near boards. Up on the far side. Bent knocks down the puck at center. Here's Shoemaker with it. Near side for Shields. Shields. Over to Canal. Right side for Weiss. Weiss. carries that down low into the corner, throws that off the side of the net, picked up by Shoemaker. Shoemaker, near side for Shields. Shields, back to the point for Canal. There's a shot on, tipped away. Jack puts that off the glass, stays in the zone, good work by Weiss, and it skips past Bent. He didn't quite see it. That comes out to the neutral zone where Canal knocks it down. They're going to call it a hand pass. And the whistle goes with 17:33 left in the second period. Face off just outside of the Leafs zone. 47 seconds left in the Leafs power play. Leafs win the draw. Trying to wheel it up the near boards was Roland. Now he sends the puck to the far side for Black to pick up. Black takes that into the corner, loses it to Eljak, who sends it down the ice. Baldwin back to set it up for the Leafs. Hard around the boards to Roland. Roland. Hands that off to Asaf. Asaf goes to the far side, over to Baldwin. He is lost control of the puck, which goes over to the near boards. Eljak with an aggressive penalty kill. Gets through this one unscathed. Oh, coughed up. Here's a chance for Eljak. Low shot. Good save by Anders. Followed up again by number 18, Rob. Throws that back to the point. Held in by Sineo. Into the corner. Centering pass broken up by Asaf. Second one broken up by Roberts. Rob, shot from the point. That hit a stick. Goes over the crossbar. Hit the glass. Knocked down by a high stick, they're going to say. And we'll get a face-off out in the neutral zone. 16:13 left in the second period. 1-0 for the Roughnecks. Roughnecks win the draw. Harp comes in the near side. Crosses over to the left. Low shot. Anders with the save. Put back to the slot. Oh, good setup by Eljak. Anders makes a great save there, and the Leafs coming back the other way with it. Here's Shoemaker. Can't get the centering pass to go. Fayad with it, sends it back to the point. Resler walks it in. Shot tipped to the far corner. Resler pinches in. Canal keeps the puck in the zone. Sent over. Fayad slips. Couldn't keep it in the zone. Roughnecks come out the near side. Battle for it in front of the Roughnecks bench. Skips back towards the Leafs side. Leafs bench, Parks in the Eljak zone, moves it up the ice. Behind the net, Smith picks it up. Far side for Resler. Put that puck right into the Revs skates. There's Resler, picks it up. Oh, couldn't get the corner. Puck turned over. Oh, he gets it back though. Resler. Ooh, smoked behind the net. Sent to the far side. Smith to Resler. Resler uses the boards, puts it back to the point, held in by Eljak. Moved down low. Smith got to chip on it. Up to Resler. Resler puts that back to the point, but not out. Knocked down by a high stick. Chopped out of play. And the draw will be... They'll go off the stick of a Eljak player. Faceoff will be down low, near side in the Leafs zone with 14:36 left in the second period. Leafs win that draw. Weiss puts that to the outside, looking for Black. Black tries to jam it out. That's stopped momentarily, followed up by Goudreau. Puts it down the ice. Icing called here with 14:26 left in the second period. Face off far side in the Leaf zone. Baldwin taking the draw for the Leafs. LJack centers that from behind the goal line, put that out in front. There's a shot. Oh, and it bounces up just off of Anders and into the back of the net. 2-0 Leduc with 14:18 left in the second period. Anders looked like he got almost all of it. It just hopped up on him and bounced off his back and went into the back of the net. Leduc wins the draw. Move it up the far side. Holowadiak puts that out to the neutral zone. LJack puts it right back in. Holowadiak battles back for that. Puck goes behind the net. Ooh, slips hard into the boards. Put it around to the near side. LJack's number 12 comes up the left side, gets into the Leafs zone. Goodman over to 23. No, what a save by Anders. Puck comes over to the near boards. He had to stretch for that one. Whoa, icing called here. We had 13:34 left in the second period. Thought maybe they had waved it off. Faceoff will be near side in the Leaf zone. Leafs win it. Here they come out to center with it. South coming up the near side. Cuts. There's a shot from the blue line right into the glove of Thiel. And the LJack goaltender hangs on with 13:24 left in the second period. Face-off near side in the Roughnecks zone. Puck's dropped. LJack moves it around the outside. They're rushing into the Leaf zone. Here comes Goodwin. Cross ice pass, looking for go up. That falls off her stick. Low shot right in front, and Anders has to come out to challenge. Gets the save with 13:11 left in the second period. Leduc able to move the puck from below the goal line. Sitting right in that slot was number 23. Had a good whack at it, but couldn't get it past the Leafs goaltender. Face off far side in the Leaf zone. LJack wins it. Take it below the goal line in the Leaf zone. Moved around to the near side. Leduc holds the zone. Sends the puck down low. Picked up by Resler behind the net. He sidesteps a check. Puts it to the outside, but that's knocked down. Here's a chance for LJack. Move the puck around to the outside. Centering pass, knocked down by Asaf. Goes to the far side. Bumped off the puck against the boards. Roberts can get it out. Haynes keeps it in. Second effort by Resler. Gets that out of the zone. Shields takes that into the Roughnecks zone. Roughnecks going out the far side with it. That's lost at center. Taken back by Haynes. He comes up the right side and into the Leaf zone. Here comes Haynes. Hangs onto it. Spins it around. Looking for a trailer. Comes back to the point. Low shot. Anders with the save there. Had to be sharp with number 27, I think, sitting on the doorstep. Maybe it was Haynes. 22. Yep. Eyeball sitting on the doorstep for the Roughnecks. Trying to jam it away past Anders, but couldn't get it. Score remains 2-0 for the Roughnecks with 12:05 left in the second period. Face off near side in the Leaf zone. Roughnecks win the draw. Have it at the point, move it up the near boards. Goes loose into the corner behind the net. George has moved that the outside. That's knocked down by number 13 of Leduc. Back to the point. Rob with it. Sends it up the boards to Johnson. Johnson centering pass, knocked down by Goudreau. Fayed gets that puck out to the neutral zone, knocked down by Fox. Fox starting in his own zone. Disrupted by Shoemaker. Fayed puts that deep into the Roughnecks zone. Picked up behind the net by Rob. Rob goes to the far side. Picks up the puck again after it was handed off by Torkelson. Into the zone. Johnson takes the puck down low for Nagy. Put up the boards for Johnson. Over the near side. Roughnecks still in possession. Now the puck taken away by Weiss. He flips that to the outside. Rob holds the zone. Put up the boards, held in at the left point, handed off to Rob now. He's going to walk that down. Low shot, centering pass. Oh, and broken up by Shoemaker, but number 9 picks up the puck for Fox, picks up the puck for Aljak. That jams right out in front, and Anders makes the save there. Hanging on with 10:34 left in the second period. 29 seconds left in the Roughnecks power play. Face off near side in the Leafs zone. Leafs winner. Hard off the boards, held in at the point. Roughnecks send that to the far side. Put out in front. Oh, and Anders is going to come and make the save on that one. A little extra behind the, or after the whistle here. Leafs take another penalty at the end of that play. 2 minutes for roughing. I think that goes to Halawadia, wearing number 11. Shot right on to Anders. Anders makes the save there. Leafs get one back on the ice with 10:04 left in the second period. Face off far side in the Leaf zone. Puck put out to center. Nagy. Far side for Taylor. Taylor looking back for Nagy. Takes that up the right side and into the corner. Put back to the point. Taylor with the puck on the far side. There's a shot. Anders comes out, challenges. Puck goes up from the point. Nagy with a shot. Anders with another save there. Puck put over to the near side. Centering pass broken up by Resler. Roughnecks get the puck back in that far corner. Back to the point. There's a shot. That's slapped away by Smith, put over to the near side and out to the neutral zone. Nagy hustles back for it, over to Taylor on the far side. Taylor up to number 23. 23 walks it in. Hangs on to the near boards. Walks below the goal line, centering pass. That's broken up. 23 gets the puck back, though. Short, sharp-angled shot. Comes off the side of the net. Right in front. And Torkelson, point-blank shot. But Anders, up to the challenge, makes the save with 8:48 left in the second period. Roughnecks, 30 seconds left in the power play. Face off near side in the Leaf zone. Roughnecks win it. They have it at the point. Fox trying to dance it around. Shoemaker forces him into the corner. Puck picked up by Torkelson. Tries to jam it short side. That's blocked. Goes to the far side. Comes over to Fox. Tries to go down low. Tried to drive the net. The puck was chipped off his stick. Goes to the far side. Fayad gets it out to the neutral zone as Halawadia comes out. Offside called as the Roughnecks trying to head back in. Play stops with 8:16 left in the second period. Now the after whistle stuff only goes against the Leafs, not against number 15 there of the Roughnecks. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Picked up by Shite. Roughnecks coming up the near side. Turn around in the neutral zone. Goudreau puts that back in. Hart knocks it down. Fayad puts him into the boards. Puck turned around. Here's Goudreau going up the near side. Fayad with the puck behind the net. Hangs onto it. Moves up to the point to Halawadia. There's a shot into the skates. Another chance. Another block. Then the Roughnecks come away with it. Put down the far side. Here's Roland picking up the puck for the Leafs. He's going to outlet it to the far side to Fayad. Fayad gets across center and dumps that deep into the Roughnecks zone. Goes for a change. Roughnecks. Coming up the near side. Haynes picks up the puck. Haynes coming away with it. Has double clutch. Sends it up the far side. Swept into the Leafs zone. Roland picks it up. Roland for Halawadia. Up for a south. They're going to call that icing. And play stops with 6:55 left in the second period. Face off near side in the Leafs zone. 6:55 left in the second. Haynes lining to take the face up off against. Actually, can't read the number from here. Oh, it's Shields. Leafs have the puck in their own zone. Smith moves it behind over to Resler. Resler tracked down by the Roughnecks who get the puck back in the offensive zone. Arm of the ref is up. We have a roughing penalty going against Shields. It's below the camera angle, so we didn't get a good look at it. Roughnecks will be back on the power play with a 6:37 left in the second period. Puck up on the near side. Sent down the ice, right onto Thiel. Parks picks up the puck. Nagy takes over. Tries to stretch that over to Goodman. Too far for him. So we'll get an icing call here with 6:16 left in the second period. Face-off will be far side in the Roughneck zone. Jack comes away with the puck. 1:30 left in their power plays. Nagy comes into the Leafs zone. Splits everybody. Backhand shot. Anders with the save. Fed back in front. Cleared away to the far boards. Goudreau chases up Haynes. Over to Fayad, who completes the clear. Puts that puck out to the neutral zone. Goudreau finds it at center and puts that deep in the Roughneck zone. Thiel sets it up for Parks. Parks goes behind his own net. He's going to wheel it out of the zone. Parks coming up the right side into the neutral zone. Rubbed off the boards in the Leafs zone. Puck put around to the far side. It comes out to the neutral zone. Fox is going to pick that up. Fox goes behind his own net with 40 seconds to go in the power play. Fox sends that to the far side. Didn't see it. Roberts is going to get there. Roberts takes that down low. Comes out. Weiss waits. Steps back into the Roughnecks zone. Roughnecks get it back. Puck goes loose. Ends up behind the Leafs net. Goudreau tried to move that up the far side. Kicked away by Black. Black coming up the right side. Gets around Fox. In front. Oh, and a backhand shot right onto Thiel. And Thiel will make the save there with 4:40 left in the second period. Good looking rush by the Leafs. Ran out of real estate to get that puck over to Roberts. 3 seconds left in the Roughnecks power play. Face off far side in the Leduc zone. Baldwin wins that face-off. There's a shot, hits a stick, and ends up going out of play. Good job by Baldwin here. Roughnecks tried moving it past him. He put his skate in the way, turns, fires it. Unfortunately, just goes off a stick and out of play. Leafs back to full strength, though, with 4:34 left in the second period. They win the face-off in the offensive zone. Puck goes to the far side. Haynes picks that up for the Roughnecks. Haynes has the puck taken away by Jafaris. Sanayo takes that into the corner. Baldwin challenges him. Haynes in to help. Comes loose on the near side for Goodwin. Goodwin headmans that to Galop. Galop coming up the near side. That's taken away by Resler. Galop gets the puck back in the corner. Sent behind the net. Resler's going to end up with it. Put it into the corner. Haynes jumps on that for the Roughnecks. Puts back to the point. That's knocked down by Resler. Shot by Sneo. Palawadiuk takes the puck. Sorry, that's Smith. Takes it into the corner. Battling for it. Now it comes loose. Baldwin, don't just sit there. Fed to the near side. There's a backdoor tap in, but it just bounces off the stick. Thrown low by Patton. Cleared away by the Leafs and out to the neutral zone. Roughnecks. Nope. Send the puck. Puck sent back into the Roughnecks zone. 3:10 to go in the period as Parks picks up the puck. Sends it to the far side for Patton. Patton with it. Hangs on. Baldwin knocks him down. Here's Canal. Couldn't get around him. Parks. Battling against Baldwin. Puck comes loose. Baldwin couldn't get the backhand off. He was tied up. Over it for Canal. Canal with a chance. Over to Shoemaker. Shoemaker whiffs on it. Can't get a break. Leafs keep the zone. Only for a moment. Here's Overeem coming back the other way. Roughnecks into the Leaf zone. Coming up the right side. That shot low. Bounces off of a stick and rolls towards Anders. And right on the doorsteps, number 8, Overeem. Giving the snow job to Anders. Face off near side in the Leaf zone. Thrown out in front. Good save, Anders. Cleared away to the near side. Here's Canal with it. Can't get it out. Shot from the point by Scheidt. And we get a save by Anders with 2:21 left in the second period. Face off near side in the Leaf zone. Leafs win it. Here's the staff breaking out. Pass to the right side to Roberts. Roberts coming in. Back for Shields. Oh, and it's off his back skate. Cleared away to the nearer boards. Weiss keeps that in for the Leafs. Roland, sorry, for the Leafs. The staff with a shot right on to Thiel. Thiel fights through traffic, able to make that save with 2:03 left in the second period. Face off far side in the Roughnecks zone. Scrambled, puck goes down low. Picked up by Haynes. Leafs get it back. Here's Roberts. Comes loose for Saf. Saf behind the net. Throw it out in front. Thiel makes the save as it bounced off a Roughnecks player. Roland keeps it in at the line. Shields. Throws that down low. Fed to the outside. Comes into the corner. Now comes high. Passes by Bell. Holowadiak over to Roland. Roland up to Shields. Sorry, Roberts, who gets up Shields. Shields knocked off the puck. Here's Nagy heading straight towards the net. Nagy tries to wait. Anders makes the save. Puck back to the point to Taylor. Battle for it on the near boards. It's going to go around to the far side. Roberts picks it up. Takes off a check. Here's a Staff with the loose puck. Heading up the zone. Tried to make it around the outside. Now it's swept back. Roughnecks put that into the Leaf zone. Holowadiak gets behind his own net, sets it up with 50 seconds to go in the period. Flips it to the open ice. Roughnecks there first. They put it back to the point. There's a shot. Wide of the mark. Comes up the near boards. Haynes picks it up. Puts it to the point to Taylor. Taylor with the shot. Blocker save. Backhand by Goodwin. Flipped in by Haynes. Puck goes loose on the near boards, and this comes out to the neutral zone. Less than 30 seconds to go in the period. Jafari steals it. Jafari's heading straight to the net. There's a shot. Thiel with the save. Jafari comes in. Rips, tries to go glove side on Thiel. Roughnecks make the save with 22 seconds left in the period. Baldwin wins it. Black puts that down low. Jafaris picks up the puck behind the net. He's dumped. Baldwin throws that in front. That's chipped over to the near boards. Weiss keeps it in the zone. Jafaris in front for Baldwin. He didn't see it. Comes back to the point. 3 seconds to go. Gaudreau shot on. Jafaris right in front. Thiel. And the buzzer's going to go. And that's how the period will end. Shots on goal 41-18 in favor of the Roughnecks. They really blew it open during that period. But Anders having a great outing, able to limit them to 1 goal in the period. Not too bad from the Leafs goaltender. Now, just to get the rest of the team going, they had a good battle right at the end of the period there, but they did spend a considerable amount of time in the box. Let's see if they can clean it up for the third period. How about a word from our sponsors? We'll see you back here for the third period from the Meadows. Hello folks, welcome back to the third period here at the Meadows West Center in Edmonton, Alberta. The Leduc Roughnecks, sponsored by the Lions Club, up 2-0 on MLAC Scafom-rux Leafs. Puck is in the L-Jack zone right now as they move to the far side. Weiss keeps that in, sends that down low, looking for Canal. Now it comes up high. Gaudreau trying to jump on it, over to Canal. Canal couldn't skate through the two players in front, and Fayad couldn't tap it home. Thrown back, just missing that far post. Here's Weiss with it. Weiss sends that down low. Shoemaker with it, turns around, comes in high. Oh, shooting's going to be the game in the third period for the Leafs. We can see it in the first shift here. Puck comes down into the Leafs zone. Anders sets that up, puts that to the far side. Weiss picks it up, cycles to the neutral zone. Stop briefly, picked up by Overeem. Center and pass for Patton, but Roberts up there to break that play up. Oversee knocks the puck behind the net, but that is cleared away by Asaf. Out to the neutral zone. Gaudreau picks up the puck behind the Leafs net. Comes out over the near corner, looking for Asaf. That skips past him. Shet puts that into the far side. Weiss with it. Oh, lost the handle. Backhand in front. Fox takes a shot. That's cleared away by Weiss. Comes back to the point. Number 3. Sends that over to Parks. Parks tried to jam that into the slot. That's poked away to that far board there where Shields picks it up. Can't get out of the zone. L-Jack throws in the far boards. It rolls into the near corner. Parks picks it up. Weiss intercepts that. Gets it over to Shields. Shields coming through a check. Throw it up in front. And the net comes off, but they're going to keep playing as it stays on its moorings. Fed up high. Here's Parks. Over to Shite. Shite takes a shot, knocked down by Galop, and Galop will put that in. Unchecked on the far side. 3-0 Roughnecks with 17:38 left in the third period. Puck's drop. L-Jack has it. Here they come up the right side and into the Leafs zone. Centering pass broken up by Resler. Turned over still inside the Leafs zone. 23 picks it up near side. Centers that. That's kicked away by Smith. Smith on the near side. Tried to put that up the boards. It's knocked down inside the zone. Smith, far side for Resler. Resler up to Canal, touch pass, centering pass to Ben. Stolen by L-Jack. Oh, Anders just got a piece of that on the glove. Tried to wrap around. Now comes up high for Rob. Rob's shot blocked by Black. Another one right in front. Goodman on the doorstep. But Anders able to track that tip. He hangs on to the puck with 16:54 left in the third period. Drop there by Anders. Face off near side in the Leafs zone. L-Jack centers that. That's broken up by the Leafs. Roland chips that forward. 2-1 back the other way. Black on the left side with the puck. Baldwin rushing to the right. There's a shot. Deal with the save. Jafaris couldn't get that off the ice. Kicked away by Thiel. Roughnecks take the puck, put it back into the Leafs zone. Here's Nagy. Over to Parks. Parks sends that down low. Put out in front. Haynes with the shot. That hit a stick. It's over the net. Picked up behind the net. Fed to the outside. Holowadiak battles for it. Jack gets it back, held at the line on the far side by Taylor. He fires one on net. Anders with the save, rebound, put behind the net. Parks, shot from the point, right on to Anders, and Anders will hang on to this one with 15:48 left in the third period. Draw will be near side in the Leaf zone. Leafs with the puck in the Jack zone. Here is Canal. His shot blocked up high for Gaudreau. Sent into that far corner. Centering pass broken up by Shoemaker. Puts that low for Fayad. Roughnecks move it to the outside. Centering pass broken up. Weiss keeps that in at the line. He turns, fires it. Glove saved by Thiel. Puck in the near corner. Put up the boards. Comes out to the neutral zone. Weiss knocks that down. Looks like... Didn't quite get the signal, but I know the face-off's going to be just outside of the Leafs zone. Could be a hand pass here. 14:58 left in the third period. Roughnecks up 3-0 on the Leafs. Gaudreau picks up the puck in his own zone, tries to wheel it around the far side. That's taken away by Fox. Smith gets back for the Leafs, puts it up the near side. That was a Saf getting it back. Put it back to the point. Roberts blocks that shot from Taylor. Centering pass. There's a backhand by Fox. And Anders has to be sharp on that one. Hanging on with a hunting pattern on the doorstep. Play stops. 14:35 left in the third period. The draw will be far side in the Leafs zone. Roughnecks come away with the puck, put it back to the point. Taylor's slap shot intercepted by his own number 11, Sneo. Team is battling for it on the near boards in the Leafs zone. It goes loose into the near corner. Resler picks it up. Sidesteps the check. Gets back to his skates. Moves it up the near boards. That's knocked down by the Roughnecks. Roberts ends up with the loose puck. Up to Saf. Saf. Pass up the near side. Dumps that. Goes to Chase. Saf behind the net. Still with the puck. Tried to move it in front, but nobody from the Leafs was there. Roughnecks get it back. Go up. Goes to the far side to Patton. Patton shot. Saved by Anders. Far side picked up by number 3. Tries to drive it in the far side. Leafs intercept that. Put it into the Roughnecks zone. Parks lines up behind his own net. Going to the near side. Stopped at center. Puck put back in the Roughnecks zone. Right. Picked up the puck. Sweeps it back to Parks behind the net. Parks puts up the boards. Halwadiak knocks that down. Second attempt. The Roughnecks get it into the offensive zone. Good win. Far side for Scheid. Drop that to number 23. That shot lifts on him. Comes off the end glass. Picked up in the near boards. Goodman back to the point for Galop. Flips that towards net wide. Comes off the boards. Canal picks that up. Carries that down low. Stolen by the Roughnecks. In front for Bell. That is broken up by the Leafs. Leafs coming back the other way. Bent has to come to the near boards. Flips that into the Roughnecks zone. It's turned up the ice. Intercepted at center by Canal, but Canal carried into the offensive zone offside. Whistle goes with 12:15 left in the third period. Baldwin wins that. Takes it to the far side. In front, looking for Jafarish. It skips past him. Goudreau has that at the right point. His shot blocked. Weiss stops them at the blue line. Rob flips that right into Nagy, who is offside, and the whistle goes here with 11:57 left in the third period. Roughnecks win the draw. Nagy puts it off the boards and into the Leafs zone. Goudreau back to play it. Tried to move it up the near side. That's knocked down by the Roughnecks. Still battling for it on those near boards. Now it's flipped out to center. It's now over to Rob. Sends that to the far side. Weiss is going to pick that off for the Leafs. He flips that to the open boards for Goudreau. Hits a player, goes to the far boards. Weiss is going to pick that up and hustle into the zone. He's hauled down at the line. Comes loose out in the neutral zone where Jafarish knocks it down. He's going to put that deep into the Roughnecks zone and go for a change. Roughnecks throw that up the ice. Goudreau knocks it down. Goudreau up to Baldwin, receives a hit, but gets the puck deep into the Roughnecks zone. Behind the net, number 11 Snail moves that over to the near side. Almost stolen back by Baldwin, but Roughnecks get away with it. Hart goes to the far side, looking for Johnson. Johnson takes that in the corner. Now it's loose for Hart. Hart had the puck bouncing on him, couldn't get the shot off. Jammed up. Parks comes back for it. Has to come out to the neutral zone. Over to Torkelson, who dumps that into the Leafs zone. Resler behind the net, flips it behind for Smith. Reverses up the near boards. Looking for Fayad. Chips that to Shoemaker, who gets that into the neutral zone. Roughnecks recover. Put the puck into the Leafs zone. Smith back for it. Flips it up the near side. Parks is going to intercept that. Directed towards the net. There's a backhand shot by Torkelson. Put it above the net. Cadell with it. Takes the check, but gets it up the ice to Resler. Resler trying to battle it out. That's caught by Patton. Sent down low. Smith directs that wide. Looks frozen behind the net. Now it comes loose. Chance for the Roughnecks. Right in front for Fox. Good shot. And a save by Anders. Comes back for Parks at the point. Sent to the far corner. Fox sends that down low. Resler steals the puck for the Leafs. Tries to move it up the ice. That's stolen by the number 14 Patton. Directed towards net. And Anders catches that floater and hangs on for 9:26 left in the third period. Face-off will be near side in the Leaf zone. Roughnecks win the draw. They send the puck down low. Asaf picks it up for the Leafs. Sends it to the far side, looking for Shields. That's knocked down. Goes into the far corner. Asaf comes back for the puck. Couldn't make the inside move. Centering pass up to 14 Patton, and Patton will put that into the net. And it's another giveaway in the Leafs zone that ends in up in the back of the net. 4-0 Roughnecks. Ready to go at center with a 9:08 left in the third period. Leafs win the draw. Turned over in the neutral zone. Walking it down, number 23 over to the far side to Goodman. He flips that towards the net. Tipped on by 23. Anders with the save. Goudreau clears it to the near point. Rob keeps that in for the Roughnecks. Puts it up the near boards. Goes behind. Here's Bent over to Canal. Canal gets it over to Goudreau. The arm of the ref is up. We have a delayed penalty coming against the Roughnecks as Canal breaks through a stick coming up the right side. Canal Pushed off the puck, Flechette right into the end boards here. And that one looked a little painful. Roughnecks into the box. 2 minutes. Don't know if it was roughing or not, but called with 8:32 left in the third period. Leafs have the puck out at center. Coming up the far side. Put back to the point. Baldwin with a shot, kicked away by Thiel. Cycled up to his staff. He lost the puck in the zone. Roland tries to slide that back into the slot, but the Roughnecks clog that up, send it down the ice. Baldwin hangs on to the puck. Over to Roberts. Roberts on the near side. That's tipped into the Roughnecks zone. Roughnecks off the boards. Comes out to the neutral zone. Roland over to Roberts. That skips past him. Roughnecks put it down into the Leaf zone. Anderst out to set it up. Over to Baldwin. Baldwin can wheel it out. Comes into the zone. Turned over in the slot. Roughnecks put it back to the point, but not out. Down low, Shields, there's a shot. Good save by Thiel. Roughnecks get a hold of it, send the puck down the ice. 25 seconds left in the Leafs power play. Puck behind the Leafs net. Here's Canal picking it up. He comes through center with it. Steps in the slot. Puck turned over. Roughnecks put it to the line, but not out. Now they're mad. It's out of the box. And the whistle goes here with 6:30 to go in the third period. Too many men for the Leafs. One's got to come off. Roughnecks win the draw. They take the puck in their own zone. Put up the board. Shoemaker keeps that in over from Canal. Back to Shoemaker. Shoemaker takes that below the goal line. Couldn't center it. Roughnecks have it. Rushing up the right side. Into the Leafs zone. Oh, that is stopped by Resler. Good D there. Puck chipped out to the neutral zone. First one back for it is Rob. Carries it up the near side. Comes up the ice with it. Here comes Rob. Fed into the slot. That skips past his players. Haynes keeps that alive. Sends that down low for Nagy. The shot blocked at the point. Rob turns, fires it down low. Picked up by Hayes. Fed out in front. Anderst is going to cover that one up. Smith wanted to cover up. You could see it from him. But smartly, he just lets it go and leaves it for Anderst to do his job. Face off far side in the Leaf zone. 5:31 to go in the third period. 4-0 for the Roughnecks. Roughnecks win the draw. Directed towards the net by Holowadiak, able to shift that to the boards. Johnson with it. Couldn't get towards the net. Roland swipes that off his stick. Baldwin finds the loose puck, sweeps it into the corner. Roland picks it up, reverses it. Over to Black. Black chips that up the boards. And gets into the neutral zone. Baldwin with it. Left side for Jeffers, and Thiel with the great glove save there keeps it out. The Roughnecks going to come out to the neutral zone with it. Roland steps in the near side. Johnson centers that. That's poked away by Anders. It's on the side of the net. Halawadiak moves that to the outside. Black couldn't move it. Roland with it. Puck rolls over to Thiel. 4.5 to go in the third period. Overeem puts that up the right side for Fox. Goudreau knocks that down. Canal puts that out to center. Battle for it right at that blue line. Now it comes loose. Fayad trying to escape. That's chopped away by number 12, Taylor. Puck on the near side. Fayad tries to center that. That's knocked down by the Roughnecks. Thrown to the far side by Taylor. Walking in with it. Was not too sure, but the Leafs played some good D there. Drove them below the goal line. I think that was Demidor trying to rush it towards the net. Here's a shot by Rob. That's going to end up out of play. And we'll have a face-off near side in the Leaf zone with 3:29 to go in the third period. Roughnecks win the draw. Leafs putting pressure on though. They get that up the ice. Shields over to Asaf. Roughnecks get it back in their own zone. Galop with it on the near side. Knocked down by Smith in the Leaf zone. Quickly over to Resler on the far side. Resler's going to rush it out. Couldn't get past 23, and Rob ends up with the loose puck. Here he comes into the Leaf zone. Driven down low. Smith got the stick on that centering pass. Here's a chance for the Roughnecks. That's cleared away by the Leafs. The staff with space is going to come up the left side. Coming into the Roughnecks zone. Picks up the puck behind the net. But back to the point. Roland has to come out to center to pick it up. Roland on the near side. Sends that to the far side for Shields. Shields to Saf. Saf checked at the line. Brings the puck in anyway. Gets it deep into the Roughnecks zone. Picked up by Taylor. Taylor tries to go to the far side. Roberts intercepts that pass. Broken up by Canal. But the puck chopped over to the near side. Roughnecks setting up in their own zone. Now they're going to wheel it out the far side. Shot right on to Anderst. And Anderst makes a great save there. Get the stop with 2 minutes to go in the third period. Face-off will be near side in the Leaf zone. Hayes with it. Close shot. That's blocked by Halawadiak. Another shot. Wide of the mark. Hayes with it again. Now it's down low. Handled by Nagy. Nagy throws that in front. That's chipped away by Shoemaker. Over to Taylor. Taylor's shot kicked away by Anders. Behind the net, number 17 Hayes with it. Throws that up the middle. Canal comes back for it. Canal heading down the ice on the breakaway. Backhand. Couldn't get it underneath Thiel. Wrap around. Oh, and Thiel able to cross over. Appears to keep it out. Arm of the Rough goes up after the play. You can see skirmishes occurring after the whistle. Brian Thiel, strong movement in goal, sends the puck, or moves post to post and takes away the wraparound. Roughnecks, and let's see here. Looks like is it number 12, Taylor, into the box, and Shoemaker. It's either Haynes or Taylor for the Roughnecks, sorry, and Shoemaker for the Leafs. So we'll still play 5-on-5, 1:15 to go in the game. Resler carries that down low. Set off the side of the net. Comes to the point. Smith keeps that in, though. Shovels it down into the near corner. Ferris chases it out. Back to the point. Here's Smith. Fired. Black was trying to tip it. It just hopped over him. Black keeps it. Fires it on Thiel. Tried to surprise him. Baldwin with a shot. Jafaris with a shot. Another one for Baldwin. And it's cleared away. Roughnecks doing a good job clearing away rebounds in front of their net. Resler moves that to the outside. Jafaris moves it up the boards for Resler. Follows that up. Resler's going to put that down the ice. We have an icing call here with 20 seconds to go in the game. Two more are going to end up in the box. Resler and Overeem. We'll have the face-off far side in the Leaf zone. Roland tries to move the outside. Roughnecks knock that down, put to the far side. Here comes Rob from the point. Couldn't get the shot off. Takes it into the near boards. 10 seconds to go in the game. Comes high in the slot. Oh, good stick by Roland there. Patton with it. Bayad. Jumps out to the blue line, and the buzzer will go. And that will be another one. So the Leafs, 17 straight losses on the season, will line up against Camrose tomorrow. And LJack has earned their 8th win on the season. Peter Anders working the camera tonight. Missing in action, Mr. Nathan Smith. My name is Curtis Bykowski. It's been a pleasure, folks. We'll let the team shake hands, and then we'll sign off and get ready for Camrose tomorrow at 3 p.m. All right, have a good night, folks.